Hey everybody, hope you're all having a great day. Autumn's definitely here in Edinburgh, unfortunately. All the good weather's gone. Although it's still quite nice outside, still pretty chilly, but maybe I'll start doing some outside videos just to show you what it looks like around this beautiful city in Edinburgh in Scotland. It really is stunning. So yeah, maybe I think I'll maybe start doing a few videos from outside if that's something that people want. But today I'm just wanting to talk about the burden being lifted when you quit drinking alcohol. I just remember for years, pretty much. I stopped drinking between 2017 2022, then started kind of moderating again stupidly, and then got into bad habits, and just got back into binge drinking. I was never one of those people who'd wake up and reach for a beer or have to down a bottle of vodka just to function. I just was your quintessential British binge drinker. Now back on my alcohol free journey, and for years I just before 2017 when I first quit, I just wasn't really happy. I never really excelled at anything. I don't think I was always doing enough. I did well in my career and stuff up until then. Uh, it was always Monday to Friday, 9 to 5 was my kind of office hours, and but to be honest, back then, in the I got my first job after I graduated university in 2005. So there was still that kind of 9 to 5 culture. A lot of people smoked. Those Friday drinks, midweek drinks, end of the month payday drinks, and it was just a thing you did, and everyone was in the same boat. And for me, I was in my 20s, so um, I still remember, going out on Sundays or Thursdays and getting up the next day, and just everyone would just have a laugh about it. They'd laugh about how hungover you were, and it was just a thing that everyone pretty much did. And but when you start getting into your 30s, and I'm 41 now, but I quit when I was for the first time around for nearly 5 years. I would have been 33 at the time. So, time you get into your early 30s, the hangovers, you just can't do it anymore. And like I say, I remember just never really excelling at anything. And it was really frustrating in the end. You ended up, I went to, I signed up to do a master's degree, didn't finish it, signed up to do my chartered thing that you do and never finish it. Courses as well, you sign up and you never really get it done, and it was the same around other stuff, saving up, it's always hard. You might save up a bit of money, but then you end up blowing it all on a holiday, and it's not cheap drinking abroad for a couple of weeks. And although you're not getting hammered every day, but just that additional cost and going out at the weekends, etc. And so financially, you never really got ahead of the game. And just I think everything in general, with your fitness, I would always go on 3 or 4 months of really doing well at the gym, and then I'd probably just go away on holiday with friends for a week, and then come back, and it would just phase out, and can't be bothered, too tired, and then that would kind of die a death as well. But the like I say, the burden that's lifted is quite incredible, and instantly you'll feel a positive, really, really positive thing that all this is not, is going to get better, in which it does get better every day. And it's just such a refreshing thing to feel. And you do generally feel that you'll get this big burden off your back. It truly is incredible. And the positives are there waiting for you, financially. You'll start saving loads of money. And it's by the time it's the fifth, sixth, seventh month, and you've been able to put all that money away, um, it's just it's just a great feeling. And you start up a nest egg, and you have your savings there, and you're not too concerned if anything happens at work. Well, I've got money to fall back on. And that financial freedom brings, don't need to go through it, brings so much. and then you've got your health as well. Just physically feeling great. You'll start to look great. I remember looking in the mirror. I think it was maybe 3 months in. I couldn't believe it. Just clean my beard looked and my skin, and I'm not a vain person at all. And I went to Malaysia. Remember one of my friends said as well, because I just can't believe how like healthy you look. Like he was. I hadn't seen him in maybe about a year or two, and it was just like I can't believe how just like you just look good. You look fresh, and it was just incredible the difference, and sleep as well, being able to just like last night again was in bed about maybe half 9, 10, and just slept pretty much all the way to 6 o'clock this morning. Got up, had made myself some breakfast and done some things, and now making a YouTube video. And this would never have happened. And just having that extra energy, you have a great sleep, you have that extra, just a zest for life every day. You just feel like you can wake up in the morning. Even when I was logging in at 9, half 9 at work, previous jobs, most people drop their kids off these days if they're working kind of hybrid or remote. So things kind of start get going about half 9, and but by that time I've normally, you kind of been to the gym already, you've had your breakfast already, maybe you've checked your work emails and got up on top of that already, maybe you've cleaned your kitchen already, and you just feel like you've smashed it every single day. Anxiety as well, another big one. I remember I just say just anxiety in general, but I think one of them that I've not really spoke about on other videos was how anxious I would get, not only when I woke up in the morning, but going to bed at night, because I knew that I was going to have a terrible sleep. Especially maybe not when you're kind of out on the Friday night, Saturday, and you go back, but like the Sunday night when you've overslept on the Sunday and you have a terrible sleep, and then it's like Monday's a bit terrible at work. You're tired, and then you're maybe not nodding off by dinner time, but then, or you might just be wide awake. I was 50-50 on that, and then you're going to bed on the Monday night, and then the Tuesday night, just knowing you're going to be tossing and turning every night. It really is horrible. And I think when you put all those things together, the no anxiety, the health, how you feel, your energy, the finances, the fact that you're setting all these goals and you're ticking them all off. You pass the course, you end up going to the gym that day, you end up just dealing with everything. That cumulative, it just gives you that self-respect and confidence back, that you think that you can just smash everything. But it was just a kind of shorter video today. I've got a really bad habit for waffling on. But like I said, I just wanted to make this short video to just tell you, if you're, starting your journey, especially, that life just gets better and better. And if you just started, or you're a month in, 6 months in, a year in, it'll just get better and better all the time. Just life just completely changes, and it really does. It feels like your life's kind of a version 2.0 starting. If you did like the video, please like and subscribe. And I'm releasing daily videos at the moment. So, yeah, thanks for listening. Take care. Bye.